Hey guys, this is Big Country coming at you with my boys,
Tater Tot,
Madman,
and Twiggy.
Thanks for joining us for another week of Brodown.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Madman speaking. So Tater Tot, I heard you had a pretty interesting story to share with us.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yesterday, Bruno,
The chef.
Marcus, and then, Tony, Antonio, for you, Tony. I mean, Antonio, sorry. Anyways, we were all hanging out. We were going to go play basketball, and we went to go get Marcus batteries for his mod. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just like an electronic cigarette. Anyway, so we get the batteries, and Marcus and I are talking, and, his blows pretty, good clouds, I guess. Pretty big clouds. So I was talking about mine. One night we were...
competitions to see who blows better, is what you're telling me?
That's what I got out
And
of
I
it.
definitely won.
So that's exactly what you got out of that. So anyways, we were talking about the night that all of us were going to Texas Roadhouse. I don't know for what. It was when Tim was driving the Malibu, and he gets out, and he's like, "Okay, guys, I'll be right back." Well, at the time I had mine, and I had like a bigger tank, I guess, whatever. So we were just handing it back and forth, and Marcus's, and we hotboxed the shit out of Tim's car. Like, you could not see anything. And he was in there for about a good 10 minutes too. So you can imagine just 10 minutes of just
And
us
we were
just vaping.
obnoxiously smoking
Yeah.
more and more just
Yeah.
to get this bitch.
Yeah, it wasn't just
harder
like
than it was.
it wasn't just like okay, I'm just gonna smoke it for a second and then blow the clouds out, whatever. It's like we were taking big ass hits. We turned the air off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we turned the air off. Like, we rolled the windows up, made sure that nothing was getting out.
Looking vacuum sealed and shit.
About to get pulled over by the damn cops. They're like, "You guys been smoking? Yeah, you want a hit?"
Yeah, it's fruity.
It's blueberry.
Like Fruit Loops.
I hate that you said blueberry because I was about to say that, but okay.
So anyways,
Beat you to it then.
Again, Tim's in there for about a good 10 minutes. Again, no clue what he was doing. I don't know. So he comes back, and we could barely see him. Mind you, it was actually pretty cold, so the windows got foggy as hell. But he opens up the door, and smoke just goes right out the door, dude. And he's like, "Ooh la chinga, what happened here?"
It just all rolled out
Yeah.
in one cloud.
And he's like, "Really, guys? Are you kidding me?"
Oh, the fucking thing was smoked the fuck out, dude. It was like a...
That night, we hotboxed Roadhouse.
What?
Yeah, that's where it was. It was Roadhouse. We hotboxed.
Oh,
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
in the car
In the
at
par-
Roadhouse.
yeah,
In the
exactly.
parking lot
I
of
was
Texas
like, when did we do
Roadhouse.
that?
Oh, you're
remember-
right. Tim's like, "Damn."
Were you one of those guys
high
that,
fuck.
that vaped in high school?
No.
You
I
totally
had
come across as
They
that kind of guy.
They came out with the pens. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, the little blues.
Yeah, they were skinny. They looked like pencils, and one of them had one on the bus, and I was like, "Yeah, let me try that." And then he had I think so much nicotine in it, so I was like, "Nah."
Dying, coughing up a fucking lung.
Yeah, no.
It's like the first
Pretty
time
much.
you tried beer, first time your parents let you try beer. Like, I remember when I don't even know what age, but I was definitely below 6 years old.
Jesus Christ.
That's why you're the country type.
Yeah.
Get your
Definitely
parents
below-
reported for our podcast.
Yeah, for real.
Just fun.
But I don't know why I wanted to try it so bad. I think it was just because I saw all the adults drinking it, and I was like, I want to be an adult. Kids, if you are listening, which you shouldn't be, don't grow up. It sucks. But anyway,
It's a trap.
Yeah, don't want to be.
Don't want to be. Yeah, don't want to be,
you
kids.
don't want to be an adult. That's for
You
sure.
don't want to be.
Learn your grammar, first and foremost. Secondly, don't drink alcoholic beverages, okay?
It's bad for your
And your
health.
grammar will really be bad.
Anyway,
My grammar's super bad when I drink alcoholic beverages, so you can only imagine.
That's everybody, man.
yeah. So I think that's what it was. I just wanted to be like the grown-ups, and my mom had a beer sitting off the edge of the table, and I was just like, no one's paying attention. I'm gonna have a drink of that beer. So I fucking grabbed this bottle. I want to say it was a Coors Light. So I grabbed, not a bottle, I'm sorry, a can.
Wasn't even a good beer.
Yeah, it wasn't a good beer. So I grabbed this can and I ran. Boom, ran to my room. I'm hiding in the room. It's like a quarter of a can of beer still. I'm like, like I take a sip and just blew it everywhere. It was like all over my wall. My room smelled like beer for like 2 days. And I walked back in there, sick to my stomach. Walked back in, put my mom's beer back right in front of her. I was like, this is bad. Like, I wanted to insult it better, but because I didn't have the knowledge to, it was just, this is bad, horrible, it tastes bad.
Bad ape.
Yeah.
Bad ape.
Me bad ape.
I'm a bad ape.
My mom was like, oh, I see you found my beer. But yeah, you can have it back.
I don't want it no more.
And I still don't drink Coors Light to this day. That's like the bottom barrel. Like, that's if I have
Cat
nothing.
piss.
That's if I have nothing else to drink, I'll drink Coors Light.
I will drink Keystone before I will drink Coors Light.
I don't mind Keystone.
Keystone's like the
PBR.
cheapest. Like,
PBR is a horrible beer.
That one is.
I
No-
slam PBR. I don't know.
No offense to anyone that drinks PBR, but I do not like
cannot
PBR.
do that.
But I mean, a lot of people hate on Bud Light too. And if I'm gonna drink a cheap beer, Bud Light's my go-to. I'll slam Bud Light out of a can, no problem.
You're right. I remember my first time drinking alcohol, dude. As a kid.
When
As a
you were
kid.
20? No,
As a
Yeah,
kid.
which time?
Yeah, well, as a kid.
I mean, you didn't grow
I-
since then, so I don't know.
You're right.
Not the
Um,
same size.
I was outside playing, and this was when I was like fat and out of shape. So like I would go outside just to like play basketball, whatever.
I felt like
So-
that was a dig. I
That
don't
was
know.
the potato before it became the tot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
cut and fried.
yeah. Well, like the potato like went from like soggy, like raw into like fucking just
Short.
great, and then
Short.
bam, golden tot. Anyways, so I just remember being outside and I was running a lot, dude, more than what I did as a kid. But I go inside and I'm thirsty as hell. And you know, the right choice of beverage to drink would be water, you know, or Gatorade. So my mom, again, likes to have like a big Dr. Pepper, and she calls it a community Coke because everybody goes and drinks out of it. Well, I didn't know she put a half bottle of Captain Morgan in it.
Nice.
So
Your mom knows how to party.
I went and I grabbed her drink, not knowing, you know, it looked like Dr. Pepper, which it was. I took a drink of it and I started slamming it. You know, I didn't even taste anything. And I just remember making this face and I like spit it out. She was laughing so hard, but I slammed it, dude. That was bad. But I didn't get yelled at for it. She wasn't like, "What are you doing?" It was like, "You see, that's what happens when you take a drink out of my Coke. Now you learned your lesson."
And you're drunk.
Yeah.
And you are fucked up.
Yeah. My little 8-year-old starting early.
Thanks, Mom.
Atta boy.
Look at that. Kind of reminds me of, speaking of like a early drinking memory. Remember when Twiggy, you and I were out in Nevada visiting everyone, and we were camping in the backyard?
Like we were like what, 11?
13, 14.
12 maybe?
Yeah, no, probably like 11, 12, yeah.
Yeah. No, because I was.
I,
We were-
I don't think it was you guys were that.
I think
young.
13, 14 is probably
No, because
good.
I was
Yeah,
in
I
middle
would
school when that
say-
happened. Yeah.
I would say 13, 14.
The first time, it was the first time we went out there.
Middle school's around 13.
Yeah. Yeah. It was okay. General age. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the idea. We are
Yeah.
too young to be drinking. That was the point.
Definitely.
So anyway,
That's not the best part though.
me and Twiggy are in a tent, and Madman Marcus and my little sister Jamie are camped out in another tent. Well, me and Twiggy think that we're big old badasses at this point in our life. And in my uncle's garage, he has a fridge just filled with all kinds of beer and stuff like that. Well, we snuck in there in the middle of the night, and by the middle of the night, we mean like maybe 11 o'clock. So
It was the middle of the night for young
9.
kids.
yeah, for us it was late,
Yeah.
but we sneak out in the middle of the night. We're all sneaky. We go into the garage. We open the beer fridge, and there's all kinds of beer. Like, I'm talking like just tons and tons of beer. And we grabbed a couple of Mike's Hard Limeades. Not even lemonades, limeades. Keep in mind.
Ooh,
Yeah, we were hard.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mike's hard.
Straight.
Speaking of, I got a story for that, so I'll follow up with that.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we sneak our little Mike's Hard Limeades back to the tent. And we're sitting in the tent, and we open them up, and we're kind of sipping them. We're like, oh, these are okay. They don't taste that bad. So we're drinking them, and we put them down for like 15 seconds. And I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, Twiggy kicks his leg. Boom! Knocks over our beers.
Our
And-
Mike's hard.
Our
not
Mike's
beers.
Hard, our limeades, yeah. Our spiked limeades. Knocks them over, and they're spilled everywhere. It's everywhere inside this tent, just like completely covering like half of the tent. And we're freaking out. Oh my God, they're going to find it. They're going to know.
They're going to smell it.
Yeah. We're like,
That's the thing, is this tent reeked
of limeade.
Limeade, dude, for the rest of that trip. Like, it smelled so, like, fruity the rest of that trip. It was horrible.
So we're sitting there trying to clean it up with nothing, because if we go inside and grab paper towels, they're going to be like, what's wrong? What mess did you make? And then they're going to come out. So we're sitting here. I don't even know. I want to say, like, we tried, like, using our sleeping bags, which was a horrible idea because then it smelled like limeade for the rest of the trip.
And now our sleeping bags are wet.
Yeah. And we sleep in those. So we're trying to clean those up, and we think we're all sneaky. We finally get it all cleaned up, and we go throw the bottles away. And by throw them away, I mean literally walk to the trash can like 5 feet from the house. Threw those all loud and obnoxious. Ching, ching. They're all fucking clanking off each other.
Just playing
Trying to
Kobe
be-
over here.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah, so
Watching them in there.
we think we're good. We decide it's time to go to bed. We lay down. In the morning, we think we're the master thieves of the millennium. Like 20 minutes later, our uncle's like, hey, come here. Like, uh-oh. It's like, you guys in my beer fridge? No. Us? Who? They must have been Madman and Jamie. He's like, I know you guys were in my beer fridge. I know what you took. We didn't take anything, Uncle. He's like, you took 2 Mike's Hard Limeades, didn't you? Maybe.
How did you know? I'm so sorry, Uncle.
Yeah,
I'm
we
so sorry.
immediately started like, well, no, we didn't mean it. We're good kids. We're sorry.
Don't be
It
mad.
makes you feel better. We didn't drink any because we spilled it all.
It's all over your tent. Thank you.
And your sleeping bags. And our clothes.
And anything else that was in there. And we slept in that tent for like the next 2 nights too.
Yeah. In the backyard of my uncle's house.
Yeah, so we thought we got away with it, but turns out he knew the entire time. So that was what was funny about it, is we just thought we were sneaky little bastards, and nope, they knew the entire time. Yeah.
You know, it was like when we were kids and like grandma or my mom or someone would always say like, oh, I got eyes in the back of my head. I know what you're doing, you know, and we'd always freak out because we're like, how did you know we were doing that? Like, we're so sneaky. Like, dude, like,
We are
when
not
when I started working with kids, I totally understood like that whole like get up they had going.
Like they
Oh yeah, as you grow up,
Because
dude.
kids
Definitely.
are so fucking obvious, dude. Like, it's unreal. Like, they will look at you about 50 times to make sure that you are not watching them. Like, oh, wait, what? They're watching. They're still watching. Hold on, they're still watching.
go, 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 go.
No. By then, yeah, they already know what the fuck you're doing, you know? And so, yeah, it's just like,
We weren't like that as kids, though. Jose. It's changed. Like, we legit were trying to be sneaky. I don't know about you guys, but
oh, no, I'm pretty sure we were like that.
I wouldn't be talking. I'm like, go. Okay, ghost is clear.
No,
But
that's exactly what we
One
did.
thing, though, I would do, though, is what you said is, like, stare. Like, I was like, if I go, she's going to catch me. Go now. Go.
Dude.
Do it.
Dude, little kids are savages these days. Have you seen that video? I think it's a Vine. The kid's having lunch with his mom or something like that, and he's 8, 9, and she's drinking a Corona, right?
Yeah, he just takes it and slams it, yeah.
He just waits for her to not look and just boom, slams it. And she yells at him, he just puts it back, and they start laughing. It is the hardest thing to, like, be mad at a kid when they do something funny. You guys ever had that situation?
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude.
Like, it's like, you know they're not supposed to be doing it, and you really want to be mad, and you really want
It's
to punish them.
honestly just one of the greatest things ever.
It's like when a kid's cussing, like a 4-year-old
Like, don't say that.
kid's like, "Fuck," and you stop. That's not nice.
What did you say? What did you say?
Fuck. Yeah.
Don't say that. What did you just say?
And they see the look on your face,
And they think it's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you give them a laughing,
And
You
kind of
show a
like
hint
smart.
of weakness.
yeah, if you react,
They will exploit it.
yeah, and they will not
They're
stop.
savages, man.
I think especially nowadays too, because like all the technology that they have compared to even what we had. You know, we kind of grew up in the era of technology.
We
Like,
grew up like right before it got big, and then as
Yeah.
we were in like our younger teens,
That's
when
when
it
it
picked
blew
up.
But
up.
like, you know, now these like 5-year-olds have freaking iPads. Like, they pick up on this shit way earlier than we ever did. Like, we don't know what the fuck we were talking about when we were doing it. These kids like straight up know what fucking
There's fucking
what
tutorials.
sex is
and-
now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
they're
like, you
IT techs, bro.
know, yeah.
Hey,
I
hold
just-
up. Didn't you have a story about Mike's Hard?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, I did, yeah. So Isaiah can vouch, but or Twiggy, whatever.
Whatever.
You act
Sorry,
like you can't call me Isaiah.
Sorry, I know. Anyway, so I was never like the drinker, like the party in high school, party type. I wasn't. That was not my thing, man.
You were fucking lame in high school.
Yeah, no, I was what you would call a boring type in high school. So
You weren't popular.
we went to.
Kind of boring now, but whatever.
I was more like, I don't know. Like I said, after homecoming, I just wanted to go to IHOP and eat, and then go home and go to bed. I didn't want to go to a party. But anyway, so I had my first legal drink. Not very proud of it at all.
It was
hilarious. You hear, oh, my first legal drink. I got wasted. I took shots, or
To be
I
fair, you were proud of it.
I was
until
very-
everyone bad.
Yeah.
you know what? I was proud, and then after a while, I was like, son of a. Like,
He was proud
really,
until
like,
he realized
really?
he had no reason to be proud.
Yeah,
This-
exactly.
Let me set the scenario. You are 21 years old. You are freshly ID'd.
Oh, I just bought my ID that day.
You got your ID on you. You're ready to go. You went to MVD and got your paper. You didn't buy it. I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck
I was
you're talking
always
about.
Okay,
bought
well,
your
I-
ID.
But you
I-
got your ID.
I had to
And
buy it. I had
You
to
go
pay
out.
money for
you
it.
go out to wherever or whatever. You go and you purchase alcohol for the first time in your life. It's a redefining moment for anyone.
Well, for the record, I didn't purchase it, because it was my birthday.
Oh, okay.
So I
Anyway.
had it purchased for me. Didn't know, though. I didn't ask for anything.
And then
and-
he decides to get on Snapchat and send this to the group chat of all us guys.
So proud of himself.
Oh,
Proud as hell.
oh yeah.
This Snapchat contained a Mike's Hard Lemonade
With the caption of first legal drink.
with probably like 5 or 6 emojis after it. Like, I am such a fucking cool motherfucker.
Oh yeah. I felt like
Like you're on top of the mountain.
I felt like Billy Badass, dude. I was just like,
And it
I
just
had
took
I had
me
a
back
beer
to being
mug and
12 years old in the fucking tent with BC drinking our Mike's Hard Lemonade.
We're like, yeah, if we thought we were cool then.
see these
Look,
these
we
guys.
did a little bit without.
These guys were getting in trouble or whatever for sneaking beers in tents, dude. I was getting in trouble for trying to sneak a goddamn Oreo cakester in the room, dude. Like,
Dude, those Oreo cakesters,
what? They don't
they don't,
They don't
make
have
those
them anymore.
Yeah.
That's what-
I remember those things. They were like Oreo whoopie pies. Like, you remember when Trix was the shape of fruit? Like, and
They
flowers?
ruined our childhood, okay?
You know why? You know why they stopped that? Because it was too sugary, and the government or someone, I don't know who, decided it was too sugary for kids to be having. That's why we have these boring ass balls that are like discolored.
go and play putt-putt or something, dude. Pick your color of ball. Like, it's like, I don't know, dude. It's just stupid. Like,
Where were you going with that?
anyways,
I know what you meant.
so thank
I
you.
pick up what you put down,
Both of you, thank you.
but I prefer
Anyways,
not to.
for a while, and I don't know, I take it you guys like it. It's in your pantry, but the Oreo cereal,
Oh, yeah.
they
Oh.
discontinued that for the longest time.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
That really,
That
that
shit's
hurt my
fucking
feelings.
It had that little marshmallow dude with the sunglasses. Remember? It used to
Yes.
have that.
Oh, they don't have the marshmallows in the cereal.
Dude,
It's
do
just
you
straight
remember
Oreo.
the OG Cocoa Puffs bird?
Oh, when he was all gangstered out and he had like,
Yes.
the jersey and the bling.
See,
Yeah.
nobody will understand. Straight 90s. Nobody will understand.
Like, that was...
That was the best. That's the best generation, the 90s.
the
I agree.
days.
I
Just-
agree, but
just-
some won't.
That's a decade, not a generation. But yeah.
Some people won't agree.
All
but-
you
sorry.
Gen Zers that are listening to this, you shouldn't be listening to this, but...
Dude,
you know.
I think I looked it up.
Everybody.
If I looked it up, and if I'm looking at it correctly, we're actually Gen Z at this age group.
I thought we were millennial.
No, millennials. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I remember looking it up, and I'm technically Gen Z. I don't remember if I was the cutoff 97, or if
I'm 96.
I know
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
96
That's what I'm
too.
saying. I don't remember, or if
Yeah.
you guys were considered in it.
2000.
So technically, for sure, me and Marcus are considered Gen Z. So when they talk about millennials, they're not talking about us. If
But
you
the
guys,
the thing with generations is they're based on like generation of a family.
Yeah.
So it's not based on like what year. It's not a cutoff of a year. It's based on like your
like
family's
what
what
stage you
what-
are in your
yeah,
family.
what
well, then you tell Google that because I googled it.
So when they say the years, I'm pretty sure they mean like that's like roughly where the next generation would start off.
Yeah. So like,
But like
it-
me and my brother, although we're technically on that other side of that cutoff from each other, we're still the same generation.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I was just relaying.
Yeah.
What I
and
read
then
off the
our
internet.
kids would be the next generation, or whatever. But I think that's like where it comes in. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's just used as a cutoff for like a kind of a estimate.
I guess.
No, that's just-
I see what you're saying. I
Yeah.
do. But I'm just going off of what I read, and by what I read, me and Marcus are definitely Gen Z. I don't
I don't
remember.
know. I don't know how the generations work.
Yeah, I don't really know how it works. All I know is that the baby boomers fucked us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, those days, man, we used to have all kinds of cool shit. Remember the Tamagotchis? Little like pets?
Tamagotchis, where you were like in love with them for like 2 weeks, and you
Yeah,
spend
I
every
hate
moment
Tamagotchis.
feeding them and growing them up, and then
And now there's just a bunch of dead cyber dogs.
Just
and
dead-
cats in
dead
there.
animals. That's kind of like you remember when the DS came out, the Nintendo DS?
Yeah.
That
And
thing
they
was
had-
shit, dude.
Dude, yeah, those are still cool. But
hell yeah.
they had the Nintendogs where you could like raise your puppies and like train them and compete with them. I have
Dude, you know what I'm surprised is still out and still going like somewhat strong, even though it's pretty quiet, like you never hear about it, are the fucking Boppets. Like, dude,
Bobbits are going strong.
Boppets were like
honestly.
the shit back in the day, dude, and like you never hear about them now. I like hardly
That
ever
was,
see
like,
commercials
our
about Boppets.
parties. It's like who could get
Yeah.
further and bop it.
Yeah, who's get the high score? But like, you know, like I was walking into Walmart one day and they had Boppets like along the wall, and I was just like,
Yeah.
holy shit, they
shit's
got
still
Boppets?
The nostalgia.
Yeah, I'm
Hit
like,
you.
what?
the coolest one was the one where it looked like a steering wheel, and it had like the flick it and the spin it, twist it,
All right, pull it.
pull it, and bop it. Of course, that was the coolest one.
Yeah.
They just held it as like a little steering wheel. That one was my
That one,
favorite.
yeah.
The days.
Or like that Uno attack. They brought that back. You guys remember that one where it would shoot the Uno cards at you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see they're coming out with the thing, Dose?
Yeah,
They're
I
doing
saw that,
like
but
a
I'm
second version of Uno, and it's called Dose.
a sequel. Uno, the sequel. Like,
Hollywood's really ran out of ideas and their movies aren't.
dude, they're running. No, whoa.
Yeah, I'm just like-
Yeah.
Dumb
That's what-
analogy, but you
I
know what I'm
wanted to clarify
Yeah.
that we weren't talking about movies.
Yeah.
Not even clarify. I wanted to make sure I understood.
saying. But like, no, dude, like, what the fuck is Dose? Like,
Yeah, Matt. I was
Two.
like, yeah. It's like now
I
you
mean,
need to get down
my
to
point
2.
Is like all these like entertainment like companies and everything, I think have just flat out run out of ideas, like original ideas.
I haven't seen an original movie in so long. Like that didn't come from some kind of book or some kind of sequel or some kind of like.
Yeah, because they don't know what to make anymore.
Yeah, if it's not a prequel, if it's not a sequel, if it's not a reboot, or
like I
video
said, because they
games
don't know what to
also-
make anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like I think Hollywood's just out of ideas. Like they don't
They-
have like.
Yeah, they are.
You blame them?
I mean, to
what
be
is
fair,
out there?
I mean, I'm sure there are those ones that are out there, but I
Yeah.
mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of any just right now.
you know, there's some guy sitting like listening to this, and he's sitting here like, I have an original idea, but nobody will listen to me. Send it to us. We will listen to
We'll
you.
put it out
We're
there.
gonna end up
bring it
being that like
down.
one like famous artist that ends up like killing himself or something, and then his shit just gets popular. Like you know, like those old back in the day, like when the artists would like get down on themselves, they would instantly just like off themselves or like hurt themselves somehow, and then their shit would get popular.
You're
Like,
right.
Go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
He didn't kill himself. Didn't he just cut off his ear?
Yeah, he hurt.
Who?
He
Yeah,
hurt
yeah,
himself.
okay.
Not
That's
to
what
say
I'm
they
saying.
would
It's like
do something
inflicting
like
pain.
I
something
gotcha.
out there, and then all of a sudden, because of the, I won't say because of them
Harambe.
doing that.
Miss you,
R.I.P.
Rip.
dude.
How fucked up is our society to let a gorilla get so famous?
A dead gorilla
A
at
dead
that.
gorilla.
Nobody cares.
That's just trends. Like trends pick up so fast nowadays with the internet. Like
Like,
We were
like
just
you
talking about
look
this
at
the
all
other
these
day.
like these dances that come out. Like
Well, no, Marcus and I were talking about it the other day, dude. Like, who the fuck is Daddy Longneck? Why the fuck is he popular?
Oh, that one really
Really,
scrawny
yeah,
kid.
he looks like a
anorexic
fucking
kid, like,
alien,
a
dude.
long-ass neck
Like, he's
with
the reason why I
long
believe in
butts.
aliens, dude. Like, look at his fucking goofy twat ass.
like yeah, man. Like
yeah, we're
Or-
calling you out.
I remember when
Come
the
at us.
Bitch.
backpack kid did the floss for the first time.
Oh
dude, and
my
everybody
God.
lost their fucking minds.
And
You were one
everyone's
of them. You
still
mastered
losing
it,
their
and you
minds.
still know how to do
I
that.
like know how to do that dance, but I wasn't all like fucking. Oh my god, look at this kid! Look at that!
No, you know, I agree though. Everybody loses their shit. Or like, dude, like you said, trends, like the dumbest shit, like Tekashi's "Stupid" song or Lil Wayne's "Uproar," dude. Like, there's a dance for it, or like the Shiggy challenge, dude.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to
Yeah,
Shiggy.
people
But,
got out of their cars and were dancing while they were fucking moving.
oh yeah, like "In My Feelings," Drake, right?
Yeah.
Kiki. Yep.
Or like it could be something simple like when the fucking silly bands were in, and like they would fucking everybody was wearing
I
silly
Heart
bands.
Boobies band.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
Man,
yeah,
you
dude.
remember the swag era?
Oh god.
Oh,
Snapback
my
skinny
God.
jeans,
Yeah,
shoelace
dude.
belts.
Do you remember that shit?
That was
Like,
that was like where I was, and I hated it because I I was never into that.
That's-
I was just basketball shorts, t-shirts.
Zay, that started like, well, for us, that started like when we like were
I
leaving
think
8th
we
grade.
were just getting out of that age when that kind of started.
Yeah,
up.
we were just getting out of
Yeah,
getting
'cause
out of
I
middle
remember-
school,
Pretty-
and then
yeah,
it
I
started
remember being
freshman.
I remember being like a freshman, sophomore in high school, and like
There was one
like the
specific
middle
kid.
schoolers would come up, dude, and they were all like all kinds of fucking swag.
Yeah, there was one
And I was like,
specific
oh my
kid that
God.
used to wear like matching shit every day, and he had a matching snapback with matching shoes, skinny jeans, and I'm like, you look like a fucking idiot. Like,
You know what was one of my favorite
know.
trending things? I really liked the left shark from the Katy Perry performance.
That meme was something else, dude.
I loved that one, dude. To this day,
Left shark.
I tried to be him for Halloween because he was just. It was just so funny because everyone else was all choreographed and in tune, and he was just off doing his own thing.
Well, you remember like a month ago the fucking moth memes?
Yeah,
Like it's just a picture of a moth about being
Lamp.
in love with a lamp. Like,
lamp.
like how dumb that was, but all of a sudden like
I hated those ones, honestly. Like, I do like memes, like the stupid ones like that too. But that one was just awful.
Like the
That was-
Ugandan knuckles. You remember that one? The red eyes. Show me the way. So,
oh man. That was something else.
I like the "But did you die?" I don't know why that one's.
That's from The Hangover.
Yeah,
so,
that
Can we
one's.
just appreciate how many memes have come out of SpongeBob though?
Dude, SpongeBob memes are the
Rip
best
to the
memes ever.
Creator of
creator,
SpongeBob,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, dude, that
Yeah,
sucks.
he just passed his last week.
57,
Seven, I
52.
think.
Yeah,
57.
he's young. Does
He
anybody
had-
know?
he had a
Does anybody
ALS.
know why?
He had ALS.
Is that the one where they do the ice bucket challenge for?
Yeah.
What is?
Speaking of trends.
Yeah, speaking of
yeah,
trending,
there's one of them.
my
What
th-
is ALS? If you guys don't want me asking,
I
never really
personally don't
understood
know.
Isn't it Luke Derrickson?
Yeah, Lou Gehrig's disease and ALS is the same thing.
what caused.
I don't know exactly what it is, but I think it like has something to do with like your muscle. Like it's a
Like,
muscle.
does it like eat away?
I think so.
I
like,
think
stuff or
I think
something?
it's something to do with that. I might be wrong. I don't know exactly because I'm not educated on it. But
No, you're right. Let's.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, again, my personal opinion, but like, I love SpongeBob. SpongeBob's fucking great, dude. But like the original, like when it first came out, those episodes were like the best. And
That
let's
has to
not.
be, like the best cartoon.
Oh
ever
yeah, and let's not
created.
forget how much, like, they imply like
I mean,
sex,
shit,
dude.
it's,
In it.
it's
Oh my
ran,
gosh.
It's
it's-
ran for 20 years.
Yeah.
and I bet you.
And I
it's-
can't think of
still
another
one of the
I
most
can't think of
popular
another
ones.
cartoon that has held that notoriety for that long.
The
I mean,
Simpsons.
Scooby Doo.
Okay,
It's
The
been
Simpsons. But I
around.
mean, a child show.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
The Simpsons is a
Scooby
child.
Doo.
But
That's been around
Scooby
60,
Doo.
70
Scooby Doo
years.
has had a lot of reboots. Though,
Yeah,
it has.
yeah. That's the thing about Scooby Doo is the original Scooby Doo I think was only a few years
Like
long.
two seasons?
no,
Because it
but
was back
I'm-
in like what the 60s,
Yeah,
the
no,
50s.
I'm not saying like original.
Yeah.
I know what you're
It's,
saying.
Like,
And it's
still
been
up there.
rebooted and yeah, and it stays popular.
Like,
but I mean, we're still
now
talking
it's
about the same
fallen off.
SpongeBob for 20 years.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We're not doing a different version of SpongeBob every 5 years like Scooby Doo
Yeah,
does,
no, yeah.
or the Looney Tunes. You know, like
Oh yeah.
SpongeBob has been, I think, the
This-
longest running, like notorious kid show
Original
ever.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did have an animation update, but other than that, it's
Yeah.
still been.
I mean, they
Well,
did a
I mean,
couple
they
like
have to,
movies
you
and
know?
shit, but I mean, it's still SpongeBob. Like you
Those
know,
are popping.
Those
Those movies were freaking fire.
like SpongeBob hasn't changed. Like back to Scooby Doo, how many versions of Scooby Doo have we seen?
There was a hippie Scooby Doo one. I saw that where they like updated and they were all millennialized. And holy shit, Shaggy was my favorite. And I saw this reboot, and I was so disappointed that I ever liked Shaggy. I know Shaggy was the hippie, and I know it was never said, but he was the pothead. I know, but I liked Shaggy. I
Like
did.
Shaggy was a huge stoner
That talked to his dog.
that talked to his dog and ate all day. Like
Ate his dog's treats on top of it. Let's not
Yeah.
ignore it.
Oh yeah. You want a Scooby snack? Yeah, sure.
One for me, one for you, Scoop.
Scoobert.
He would jump into the air for it too.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be high to come up with the name Scoobert.
Scoobert do.
Scoobert Doo. As classic as it'll ever be. Scoobert. Like what the fuck kind of name is Scoobert?
You guys are
Scoober.
You guys remember the first Scooby Doo movie where they went live action and the main villain ended up being Scrappy?
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Scrappy
That
Doo.
was great.
When freaking I forget the actress name, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, she was Daphne, dude.
Yeah.
She was
Oh,
fine, dude. She
She
still
still is
is
fine.
fine, but she was bad in that.
I have a
dude.
thing for Daphne. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
even Velma.
Velma's
was bad.
Velma.
Dude, oh my
Oh,
god.
and the second one they
yeah,
did, remember?
Scooby-Doo too.
When she did the whole makeover, she was in like the latex.
She was in that.
like,
oh,
suit,
dude. It was
Like
kind of
Daphne
hot.
did her up, and I was like,
I'm like, sorry, Daphne, but Velma.
Velma's got you now.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude, they updated Velma a lot, man. She looking fine now,
Oh, dude.
and she's still smart.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. She was still hot in the first one.
Yeah, dude, it was like one of those undercover hots, you know, like.
You'd look at Daphne and be like, damn, she bad, but then you'd kind of look over at Velma and be like, she's kind of bad too.
Yeah.
She's got her own look.
Right. All right, I'm kind of digging that.
Something did it for me. It's the
And
nerdy
all of a
girls.
sudden, you find yourself watching nerd porn.
You're all Scooby Doo porn.
Velma look-alike.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. Pull up some like animation porn or some shit. Who the fuck is into animation porn anyway? Like,
You know
I know
what?
there's some weird kinks in this world, but like, who watches
Okay. I was
like
like,
anime?
I'm
porn?
looking
Like,
at you like, I hope not.
You know what? Like, there's so many weird kinks in this world that to me, animation porn is like one of the more
the
mellow
tip of
ones.
the iceberg.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a more mellow.
It's
one,
like,
for sure.
okay. I mean, let's be honest. Was Lola Bunny not fine as fuck? and like Space Jam, was she not fine as fuck? Let's be honest.
No, what's her name? Why the fuck can't I think of her
Jessica
name?
Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. Thank you for reading my mind.
Were they not fine as fuck?
Okay,
Some guy.
I see your point. But I mean,
Exactly. So we were attracted to cartoons.
Can we talk about the Powerpuff Girls, the mayor's like wife?
Hey,
Oh,
oh,
the
okay,
mayor's
I thought
secretary.
you were going
The
with that.
secretary?
Okay,
I was like,
okay.
whoa, whoa,
The-
whoa,
the-
whoa.
the mayor's-
They don't even have fingers,
was
bro.
it- Was it
I'm not getting
secretary?
off to bubbles, okay? Like,
Was it the secretary?
I think
yeah,
so.
yeah, the mayor's
Yo.
secretary.
Oh, her
And you never
voice.
saw her face.
Her voice too.
Let's throw
Mr.
Dexter
Laboratory.
Have you guys ever seen that? Did you see his
Of
mom?
course.
His mom was dumb thick too.
Dumb.
Dumb thick with 3 C's.
All you Fortnite players out there.
Yeah, you horny bastards.
There's been a few skins that have come out. You're like, okay, I see
Vampire.
you.
Well, there was a new one that came out. It was the like cowgirl one.
Yeah, the one for the new battle pass,
Yeah.
the recent battle pass.
And before they updated it and patched it, like she would dance and
They had the titty glitch. Yeah,
yeah, and
dude.
her boobs would jiggle. You know,
Trending.
there was a bunch of like 12-year-olds just fucking going to
No.
town.
That shit was trending too. That's like the motto of this podcast is
They-
trending.
they
Like,
just
Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Fix that shit.
dude,
quick, too.
speaking of trending though, did you hear about that Dwight Howard shit?
Oh.
No.
I mean, you're gonna have to enlighten
So,
me more,
I mean,
but
Okay, so like I'll tell y'all, but you know, for the listeners that have not heard this somehow, Dwight Howard was trending this past week. Supposedly this transgender woman, I don't remember the name. It had like a very unique name, and she outed Dwight Howard on Twitter, saying that she had relationships with Dwight Howard. And that they had met at like some event. They met at Wild 'N Out, fucking Nick Cannon's show Wild 'N Out.
oh yeah.
And I guess he slid in her DMs, and they like exchanged nudes and shit. And then you know they had sexual relations. And then this transgender woman found out that yeah, she found out that Dwight like regularly went to transgender sex parties. And then on top of it all,
To top it all off,
this guy
bottom.
was a bottom. She came out and said,
Yeah,
He's
the
a bottom.
6'11" bottom.
yeah, that he takes it. And I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, but as I started thinking about it, I was like, I'm not even surprised. I mean, he's a center, right? He's a defender, right? Like,
He definitely.
the offense don't run through him. He's not the point guard, right? Like,
He's not the one putting balls in holes.
this guy posts up,
Yeah, he posts up in
backs
the
down,
paint.
and receives the ball when he scores. Okay, like he don't run the offense. I mean, and then he's a rim protector, right? That's been his whole thing, right? Like,
He protects that rim
he
real.
protects the rim, right?
He obviously doesn't protect it that well. Let's be honest.
Another thing was that it came out that he was hitting all these transgender people raw, and that he
Oh.
wasn't like protecting himself and all that stuff. Like, this woman threw him some shade, dude. Like, she came out, she was like,
You
she
know what
posted.
caused that shade, Twiggy?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Something happened where she just.
Yeah, I was
She's not
kind of
just gonna
wondering
come
like.
out.
Oh,
just-
yo. So I guess she was being threatened by Dwight and like some people around him for like silence. Like they were trying to like pay her off and everything to like be quiet about it all. And they like started threatening her and shit. And that's when she came out on Twitter because if something happened to her, she wanted it to be out there. Like, you know, these are the people that are after me kind of thing.
Mhm.
So that was the whole reasoning behind that.
Cover her ass.
Yeah, basically.
That's crazy.
But yeah, dude, I saw Dwight Howard trending, and I'm just like, oh, okay, like what happened?
Who's Dwight Howard?
And then after seeing all this,
Poor guy.
I realized that he had been out for a little while with an injury. Turns out his injury is a glute injury, and he's missed a couple weeks of the NBA season with a butt injury. Like he's got fucking glute muscle injury right now.
Nice.
And he has not been able to play because of it.
Nice.
So that only adds to the
suspicion.
Yeah, that only adds to the fire that this has been going around.
That just proves the point that he's not a good rim protector.
Oh no, man, he's led the league in blocks a few times. Okay.
Not this time.
I guess I'll just never see Superman save.
Oh God,
Dwight,
for that-
man, like
Tim doesn't
I
know.
dissing on you, bro.
They called him Superman because he could dunk.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just
in
when
one
he
of
could
the
fly.
previous dunk contests. He pulled out a Superman costume.
Dude, that was way back. That was like what 06.
What, he dunked over who? Nate Robinson?
Nate
No.
Robinson dunked over.
Oh,
him.
Nate.
Robinson
Oh,
dunked
that's
over
right.
him,
Sorry,
yeah.
vice versa. Yeah.
Dude, it's kind of sketchy. Like as a celebrity, like you have to pay people off to be quiet. Like that's kind of sketcy, man.
Well, you hear
Yeah,
all the
dude.
time.
I mean, people
What?
come after you. They see the money, dude.
Yeah.
They come after you.
And I don't even know that it
Money.
was about the money in this situation, but there's definitely been instances where it's been about the money.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, money talks. You
For
guys
sure.
know that.
Yeah.
In this case, it didn't, and she didn't want that.
She's like, nah.
Or maybe she knew she could get more.
She's
if
like,
she's
nah, I
gonna
want
try and do-
everyone to
She's like,
know
nah, I'm just
Dwight's
gonna
at bottom.
Yeah.
She's
And then
like,
the
"Yeah,
thing
whatever."
about this is nobody knows if it's true or not, of course. But
She does.
I guess this same person went and outed Playboy Cardi like sometime last year or something like that about almost the same shit. And again, nobody knows if it was true or false, her claims. But so she's done this before.
The rapper Playboy Cardi, right?
Yeah, Playboy
Okay.
Cardi. Yeah.
I
And
that's
so
what I thought.
she has a track record of doing this is what kind of makes it maybe a little sketchy. But at the same time, like I said, that was like phone calls and everything that she had posted
Mm-hmm.
of like her and Dwight Howard talking.
Maybe
then
she's
there's
just
the
the
proof.
one that's not afraid to like say it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
maybe.
Most people would be intimidated by someone
Yeah.
that famous and rich coming down on them like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe she
if
just-
I was being threatened about it, like,
Damn,
Shit.
ain't nobody gonna want to shower Dwight
I'm
Howard.
afraid for
He'd
your
be
life.
dropping the soap on purpose, man.
I mean, you could probably think about how many celebrities and like famous people have babies that you don't even know about. If it wasn't for fucking Pusha T, we wouldn't have known Drake had a fucking kid.
Damn.
You right?
Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, you're right.
People are crazy, huh?
yeah, man. Like, who knows? Like,
You know what was one of my favorite ones? And I know I brought her up in another episode. But Mia Khalifa, when she like got out of it and she would just throw people under the bus.
for like sliding in her DMs.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Wasn't Kevin Durant a victim?
I don't remember Durant. I know Drake was one.
Yep.
Oh, Drake.
Drake.
You're
Wilson Contreras was
Well,
one.
like, have you guys ever heard the song by Nicki Minaj? It's called Barbie Dreams.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
heard it. Yeah.
She like just disses everyone that like has ever hit her up, tried, or like she'll call Drake like sentimental. Like she'll call.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
It's
she
called
just-
Barbie
basically-
Dreams?
She calls
Yeah.
DJ
I'm gonna have to-
Khaled fat and like yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to
like,
hit it.
she,
I'm gonna have to
like,
listen to this
just
song,
goes
dude.
off on everyone. Like she calls designer special ed.
Like every every line of that song is a diss, dude. Like
Like
it's
straight up like bad. Like it was honestly one of the better diss tracks that went under the radar.
Yeah, it was funny too. Like it
Yeah,
was.
it was very
Barbie
funny.
Dreams.
It was
huh?
some
Barbie
good. It was some good humor.
It was off her new album.
Yeah.
Do you think any of these famous like chicks would like out some random dude sliding in her DMs? Because they probably get it all the time, right? It's probably only famous people they out.
I mean, I
Well,
would
yeah,
doubt it.
that's like
I
that's
think-
probably like an everyday thing. Like you know how much people they'd have to put out. Like unless it's like something like crazy, but if it's a celebrity, yeah, they're gonna throw them out there.
But I mean, hell, if I had the money, if I had the fame, I'd be shooting my shot everywhere, dude. I'd feel fucking invincible all
True
the fucking
that.
time.
True.
Yeah, Nicki.
Yeah. Fucking, I'd be throwing it at Nicki. I'd be throwing it at Mia Khalifa. I'd be throwing it at fucking Cardi. Whoever you fucking name it, I'll throw it.
I would throw it at Iggy too.
Iggy, yeah,
Iggy.
dude. Iggy is mad fun, dude.
Offset, don't kill me right now, man.
Good for you.
Hey, we just
We just call it like we see it.
Yeah, I mean,
we proud of you. Good shit.
You know who I don't like? Gal Gadot's husband. I hate that guy. He is the dorkiest looking dude, and he nailed a fucking dime.
Good for him.
I don't know if you guys know who Anna Shree is, but her boyfriend too. Not granted, he's.
Anna Cherie's husband's a good looking dude, though.
I mean, he just has.
I mean, I can kind of see Gal Gadot's
but
husband's not a great looking
He's
guy.
a dorky looking guy.
Yeah.
But you know what? He
That's
gives
love.
He gives hope.
Yeah,
He gives
good-
hope
good
to
for
us
him, you know? Hell
dorky
yeah.
looking
He's
dudes.
got that personality, I guess.
Like I would never rag on a guy like that because who knows, man? I mean,
I'm not ragging
he
on him.
pulled her.
I just hate him
Yeah, he pulled her. I mean,
because
good for him.
I love Gal Gadot, man. She is my favorite thing in the world. Like, if she were to message me today and say, "Hey, I have 7 kids, but I'm willing to take you on as my husband," I would totally be down, and I would be the nanny. I would take care of the house. I would learn to cook and clean. I would do anything. So good for you, man, because you don't have to
Gotta
do that.
sleep on the floor on the side of the bed.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to kiss her in public or something like that. Like, damn it.
You could only fucking like touch certain parts. You can't like move your hands anywhere.
You get
Yeah.
one titty lick every 2 weeks.
Whoa. All
like-
right. That's a score, man.
Hell yeah.
Every 2 weeks. All right.
I might have it in my calendar like 2 weeks, 7:35 p.m. Titty lick.
Oh yeah.
The next thing you know, the SpongeBob thing comes in. Nah, I don't really feel like it.
Ah, man.
I'm not really feeling it right now.
Damn, that'd be
Let's go
rough.
for some tacos. Tim's like, but titty lick.
But tacos.
But I want to lick the titties.
I want to lick the tacos.
Can I lick the titties and then eat tacos?
She's like, only, but I don't mean go out for tacos. Oh, Tim, you're fucking.
Oh, I gotta be in.
Tim, you would.
And then she's like, all right, I've had enough. Oh, that'd be so disappointing. I'd be a
I'd be
huge
like just to share like your fucking presence for 5 seconds.
just to breathe
all
the
I
same air.
That's how I feel with Carrie Underwood.
I love Carrie Underwood too.
She's so.
Yeah, she's bad as fuck too. She's
Hey,
always been
babe.
good looking too.
Jessica Alba's always been my favorite though.
Hold on, real quick before we move on. Be careful with that one though. Her husband's a hockey player.
Yeah, no,
And those hockey players,
He will fight you.
Those
He
guys-
will beat your ass.
those guys will fucking bang, dude. They'll beat
Who
your
knows,
ass.
maybe
Hey,
Gal Gadot
again.
Gal Gadot's husband's like a master of fucking kung fu. Or
like
some
you
shit.
said,
Just-
Tim. No, we're not dissing on anybody. Like we're giving you props. Like I wish I was in your shoes, man.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that we're talking shit about, good for you. But like, well, the thing is, I'm not really worried about Gal Gadot's husband. Like, if Gal Gadot wanted to kick my ass, she could. She was in the fucking Israel military.
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
No way,
Israeli
really?
army, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
She is Wonder Woman.
She's a badass.
Yeah, there you go. She's Wonder Woman.
She fucking drove cars next to Dom Toretto. She fucking beats up supervillains, and she fucking served in the Israeli army in real life. Like,
She's just got it
she's
all.
a fucking badass, dude.
Yeah,
like,
she's
good
got
for
it all.
her.
She's
She's
the
like
love
the
of my
complete
life.
package.
So you know, you're breaking my heart every moment you're not with me.
Tim gets special tickets to go to your showings and everything. It's front row seats.
Pre-screening.
Yeah, exactly. He goes above and beyond.
One of these days, she's gonna we're gonna get big enough, and she's gonna be like, "Hey, you're fucking weird."
Hey,
Some
I just want to go to a premiere to one of her movies.
She's like, "Quit talking about me, please, freak."
No, dude, mine would be like a toss-up between Margot Robbie and Mila Kunis.
Which are both married, man. What the fuck? Why are all these like most beautiful,
Let's-
gorgeous women?
Because
Are
Oh
I mean,
my.
why wouldn't they be?
yeah.
If
Mila.
they're not married, maybe they're just
Yo.
fucking insane. Like,
let's take a moment. Mila Kunis does not look like she's aged. Neither does Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, I love Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer
Aniston.
Yo, if
Jennifer
anyone's seen We're the
Lopez.
Millers, dude,
I'm pretty sure she gave me my MILF addiction.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, for sure. I have a thing. I like the older women
I do too.
that look like they're younger. That I don't know. For some reason, it
No,
does it
I
for
feel
me.
you on that. It's,
I think
it's
Lisa Ann gave me my MILF addiction.
Brandy loves.
At least,
Brandy Love,
yeah, Brandy
Yeah,
Love.
that's the right answer right there. Brandy
Brandy
Love
Love,
is way
yeah.
better than Lisa Ann.
Oh man.
When they're together, it's a different story.
I don't know, man. Like, there's just some of those classics, like, that'll just get you every time that you see him on screen. It's just like, wow.
I used to love the Friends
Such an
episodes.
attractive woman.
I used to love the Friends episodes where Jennifer Aniston's nipples would pop through her shirt.
Dude, like, all the actresses on that show at one point, like, have their nipples showing.
Courtney Cox is good looking too, man.
She was back in the day. Have you seen her now?
No, I
think she's
haven't
very-
Oh, yeah,
she didn't age well. Sorry, Courtney, but you didn't age well.
Jennifer Aniston is just.
Lisa Kudrow,
I think she. I haven't seen her recently, so I don't know if she still looks the same.
She was like a dorky attractive. I
Yeah,
think.
like she had
Like
attraction
Velma.
to it.
Like for the show specifically, she was like that sex appeal.
Yeah,
Because she was like
I
the
don't know.
freak of the group, you know.
But I found her super funny.
Definitely.
Like
Oh,
I think
oh,
she
she was
was.
hilarious.
I think
Oh,
she
no,
was
yeah, she was
probably my
great.
favorite character. Like maybe next to Joey. I love
definitely
Joey.
had
How
to go-
you
I had to go
doing?
with Chandler.
Chandler's funny
Chandler
as
was
fuck
just-
too.
No, I agree with you. Joey was just.
I mean, I think I like Joey so much just because Joey was that like fucking like dumbass like comedic relief.
I liked Ross. because he always
Ross
thought.
is fun. All of them,
I
man.
am Ross. I feel like I am Ross.
I don't know.
I had a love-hate relationship with Ross because I felt like I was so much like him. Like, I just never had the fucking luck. And I, like, was so similar in a lot of ways. And then, like, when it came to women, I'm just like that fucking dorky motherfucker that, like, didn't know how to talk to him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. You know what made me laugh about Ross's character is the fact that, like, he always put himself up on a pedestal. Like, he's like, I'm better than other people. Like, I'm great. But he was always down in the fucking gutter.
Yeah.
Always, man. Like, his damn ex-wife that he has a kid with or something like that was a fucking lesbian the whole time.
She
Yeah.
left him
For a woman.
Yeah. While she was pregnant.
Do you know how
with his
shitty
kid.
that is?
Like,
Dude.
imagine the emotional trauma a person would go through.
Not only did she break up with you, she left you for a member of the opposite sex with your fucking child. She took...
She cheated on him. Like,
And I could relate to Joey pretty well.
You just don't get laid.
You're just not that funny, though.
Or that charming.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not
Joey
trying
got laid.
Or that good looking.
Yeah, you're not like Joey.
I'm-
Yeah, you definitely don't relate to
Yeah, I
it
am.
anyway.
I am. But anyways,
We love you, Todd.
I feel like if you have to tell yourself that, then you should know.
No, man. Like, I was.
there keeps the confidence
Yeah,
going, man.
I think I was more Ross. I had like a Ross Chandler mix to me.
Ross,
I was just kind of stupid.
Chandler and
like-
Joey were funny when they moved in. When they were roommates, dude, they were funny as shit.
What, the fucking duck and the chicken or whatever it was?
Yeah, dude.
Ducking goose.
Yeah.
The little chicken got stuck in the fucking foosball table in the one episode.
Oh,
and they
man.
like couldn't figure out
It's
how
funny
to
when,
get it out.
when Ross moves in and he changes their voicemail, dude.
Oh, yeah.
How about the fact that Paul Rudd was on Friends?
He was.
He
like, In
was.
the later, in the
Yeah,
later
he was
seasons.
like
He
Phoebe's
was
love interest.
Phoebe's husband. Yeah,
Oh yeah, something like that.
they got married. Yeah,
Ant-Man.
that man.
Michael Rappaport was on there too. He's a funny
Yeah,
ass
Mike
dude.
Rapport.
He was
Bruce
a cop.
Willis was on there. Ben Stiller.
Was Ben still on there?
Yeah.
Is that the dude with the
Ben
porn
Stiller-
stash?
No,
No,
He
yeah.
played. He was in like one episode where he was like a crazy dude that was dating, I think, Rachel. And like every time Rachel wasn't around, he'd like snap about something stupid, and he'd get like super heated, and like everybody was trying to warn Rachel that he was like super weird.
Crazy.
But she never believed it. And then
What-
at the end of the episode, they find out that he was crazy.
The mom on that 70s show, Kitty,
Oh.
she was on there. Remember, she was dating that young guy, and they ended up having Phoebe had their babies.
Phoebe's
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
brother.
Phoebe's brother,
yeah.
Phoebe's
girlfriend,
brother,
yes.
She was the
yes,
surrogate.
you're right.
She was on
yeah.
there.
Damn.
Even Phoebe's brother wasn't he kind of a
He was in
was-
Ted. He was the creepy guy.
Yeah,
yes?
that was him.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
He was like the main antagonist in Ted.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Ted 2 where he's like they're in the Raphael costume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that shit's
Sorry,
great, dude.
guys. I love you.
Oh man, those.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of famous like actors that rolled through Friends. Brad Pitt was another one.
Was he?
Yeah, Brad
Yeah,
Pitt.
because he
Yeah, he went in one.
When he was
the guy
he was actually dating Jennifer Aniston in real life at the time.
the guy that plays Fred in Scooby Doo. He was the nanny.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze.
Yeah,
Freddie Prinze
dude.
Jr.,
That
Yeah,
guy looks
dude.
like shit now.
Does he?
Oh my god.
He cleaned
dude.
up a lot because I think he got hooked on something.
Was he?
I think he was hooked on something, and then I think he cleaned up.
I just remember he was like the heartthrob when he was.
So I don't know
younger.
if y'all know this, but this is probably the most like comeback story ever. But you guys know who Macaulay Culkin is, right? Kid
Yeah.
from Home Alone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
From
yeah.
Home Alone.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you know him as an adult, like he was like a fucking junkie, right?
Yeah.
And he was like
Super, like,
fucked
scrawny,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, like okay. Now he looks a lot better. I mean, he's not a good-looking guy because he still looks like a fucking dork. But I mean, he looks a hell of a lot better. He looks very healthy. You know who he's fucking dating right now?
Who?
Brenda Song.
From
London
from
Tipton, dude.
London
from-
Tipton.
What? From
He
Secret
is-
Life of Zack and
He is
Cody.
dating London Tipton.
Good
right
for
now,
you,
dude.
bro.
Macaulay Culkin is fucking Brenda Song. Like, that fucking amazes me, dude. Like,
You know who was always low key way bad until she got like more popular and everyone realized that she's not low key bad. She's bad as fuck. Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah, I knew where you're
Oh
going.
man,
Oh, it's still smash Ashley Tisdale.
dude, she wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
She wouldn't touch any of us with a 10-foot pole.
That was kind of like my point, but you
Dude,
just
there's
so
some of
happen
those
to be.
like Disney Channel stars though that like grew up and was just like,
bitch.
oh my fucking god. Like, dude, I remember as a kid being like, oh yeah, that girl's really pretty.
She's kill, yeah.
And now I look at them like, fuck the,
the
things,
things I would do.
Like, dude, fucking, I could put a list out, dude.
Like
fucking,
Joe on Family Guy, the things I would do. that she would probably laugh at.
You bitch. Fucking Selena Gomez, Brenda Song,
my God.
Ashley Tisdale,
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato, fucking Miley Cyrus,
Victoria Justice.
Victoria Justice.
Oh, I love Victoria
Ariana
Justice.
Grande.
Not a lot of people share this with me, but the fucking redhead from the fuck is her name?
What
Everybody
show?
thinks she's like super gross and dirty.
What show?
She's on one of like the newer Disney Channel shows, or she was.
Debbie Ryan.
Debbie Ryan's another one that's kind of attractive.
Oh no, she doesn't have her. No,
What the fuck is her name? I don't know. It'll come. to
Bella
me.
Thorne.
Bella Thorne.
Oh,
there
dude,
you
I think
go.
she's bad, dude.
God damn it, I could not think of the name. But
Bella
yeah, Bella
Thorne.
Thorne. I think she's super bad too.
She's kind of like a Kesha.
You know who I think? You know
Yeah.
who I think too is Kesha. There's still Kesha out there. Speaking of,
Yo, hold on. Kesha has fucking nudes out on the internet
Yeah.
where she's just covered in fucking baby gravy.
wow.
Really
and,
nice.
and I feel bad saying it because now she's doing a lot better, but let's not forget.
So like on iCarly, like everyone thought Miranda Cosgrove was like
You
the
mean
main chick.
You mean Michael Jackson?
I think she's attractive too, though.
Her Sam,
Jeanette McCurdy.
Jeanette McCurdy. She's
Jeanette McCurdy.
Wasn't she dating like a basketball player?
Andre
for a while?
Drummond?
And that guy was fucking huge compared to her. Holy shit!
Yeah, he was dating.
she's like Shaq and his chick, dude.
Andre Drummond's what, like 7'1", I think. Like,
Do you
yeah, he's
imagine
fucking
them
huge.
trying to have sex? Holy shit!
Yeah, that was fucking.
That's why
nuts.
Dwight Howard was a bottom.
She probably
God
had to.
damn. Jesus
fuck,
She probably had to ride every time, though. Let's be honest.
That's where I went with that, Tim.
Dude, yeah, like
Fair enough.
she was good looking. Do you guys remember Madison Pettis? She was
do.
like
What
the
show?
little girl that had
I
the big,
do.
like, kind of like curly hair fro. Like, she was in that movie with The Rock where
She
he was
was
a
the
football
little
player.
girl in
In the game plan.
The Game Plan, yes.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
the little girl
He was.
in the game plan.
She was the daughter. Yeah, she was on a bunch of Disney Channel shows. Too,
I thought she
remember.
was way cute back then too, because I
Like,
mean,
yeah, she grew up and she's bad as fuck.
we're
too.
like she's
really
right around
fine.
our age, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really good looking too, man. I think. Yeah.
Madison, if we get big enough, we would appreciate a shout out. Love you.
Hi, Madison.
Yeah. I remember watching that movie because we were about the
Yeah.
same age, and I remember her being like,
And she was super young in that movie.
Yeah.
And I think like when it came out, we were super young. Like,
"Yo, how about the fact that The Rock was big in that movie, and he makes himself look small now?
yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
You look
dude.
at him back in his WWE days, dude.
Like he was big then, but
Now
now,
compared to now, like
oh my
that
god,
guy's a fucking boulder. Like,
I'm just gonna throw it back a little bit, to this podcast, but because we were all saying what got us into MILFs, for me, and nobody, and when I say this, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that." Angie from George Lopez got me into MILFs.
Oh,
dude.
dude.
Carmen was my crush for the
Carmen and
longest time. dude.
Angie was like, and Lisa
Angie
Ann was
was
the
good looking,
closest thing to
No,
Carmen.
no, you
dude.
know who the cousin or whatever it was that was on George
Oh,
Lopez?
yeah,
She was
she was
bad,
bad, too.
dude. I don't remember her name, but she
I
was
want to
bad.
say like Victoria or something like that. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I think you.
yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Carmen was bad as fuck though. Dude.
No, Angie, dude. Angie was
Yep.
just like that. Like,
Angie was definitely a
Angie,
MILF.
you just look and you're like, damn, you're so bad. You have like the body of like a 25-year-old, and you're like 40. Like, good for you. It's like Jennifer Aniston, dude. Like,
Keep your hands above the table, bud. Keep
Yeah.
them above the table.
Well, guys, I think that's all the time we have for this specific episode. We'll be back again next week with another one, so you guys have more content to listen to and hear us ramble on. I am Twiggy.
This is Big Country.
tater tot.
And this is Madman Marcus signing out, guys. Thank you for joining.